The day starts off. Are you recording this?
Yes.
Oh my god. The day starts off. So, I have a whole day off. I'm excited as fuck. Got a few beers. Have a bottle of wine. And I walked down from my grandma's down to the YMCA. What's it called? That like parking lot. You know what I'm talking about? That YMCA.
Which one?
By my grandma's, the Fauntleroy one.
Yeah.
Should we just drive downtown?
Sure.
Do you think there's a parking spot?
Yeah, where are you trying to park?
Capitol Hill.
Yeah, dude. We'll find it, man.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? So walk down there. I've already had one beer and sipped on some wine. And
You're welcome Christmas shopping?
this is before I've even gotten on the bus.
Okay.
This is like on my walk to the bus. So I'm feeling chilling. I'm all right. And then it's just me. I don't know who this we is, but I take a bus up to 7-Eleven just to get some smokes, and then I get off and go to 7-Eleven, get some smokes. There's this girl. She walks in as I'm about to walk out, and she's like, "You guys have any white lighters?" As I'm walking out the door, I'm like, "White lighters are pretty unlucky."
White lighters? What?
White lighters.
As in like a lighter that's just white?
Yeah. And I'm like, "I wouldn't get that white lighter if I were you." And we kind of laugh for a second, and
Wait, why?
white lighters are just unlucky, my friend.
They're just unlucky?
They're unlucky.
Okay.
And they're bad luck. And so I leave before she buys anything, and I'm waiting at that bus stop by the mini mart, and she walks up. She's like in a Pizza Hut uniform or whatever, and I'm like, "You get that white lighter?" And she's like, "Nah, you convinced me otherwise." And then get on the bus. I just start chugging away at the wine, and so by the time we get downtown, I've got a good buzz going on, and I jump on another bus to Capitol Hill, and just keep sipping away. Get off Capitol Hill. I'm feeling even better, and
And you're gonna buy Christmas presents?
I'm out to buy Christmas presents, man.
Okay.
And I'm like, there is no better way than to do it like this. I'm off the bus for about 5 minutes. I am walking through the park by the fountain. Actually, by the big wall where all the crazy pictures are and shit, and like where the birdhouses are. Yeah, and this guy walks by me. He's a homeless man. He's carrying a few bags, and he looks bugged out, and he looks like he hasn't taken a shower in a few days. And as he's walking by me, I'm walking this way, he's walking this way, and as he's passing my shoulder, he goes, "Ever done Molly?" Of course I have to turn around and say something to him. So I'm like, "No." And we kind of start chatting it up, and he's like, "I am just frying balls." And
He said that?
yeah. And he's like, "This is the first time I've ever done it, blah, blah, blah." And we talked for about 5-10 minutes or so. Conversation's about kind of dwindling down. We're about to go our separate ways. And in my head, I just say, "Fuck it. You drink, man." And and he goes, "Oh, yeah, sure." And I'm like, "You want to go get some beers or something?" Like, I'm trying to get a little bit more fucked up. And
You said that?
Yeah, I said this.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah. And I give him some money, and we go to QFC and pick out some beers. And he's telling me about how the Romney family and the Bush family are like go back and through like politics and blah blah blah. How all these families are in control, blah blah blah. How he's a super genius, that I'm talking to one of the world's super geniuses, I can't remember this guy's name, but he's just telling me all these crazy far out things. Bless you. And we get the beers, we go into this parking lot and just drink, and then he's like, you want to go to the library with me, man? I got some shit to do. And I was like, yeah, what do you got to do? He's like, oh, I just have some like paperwork to do.
While he's on Molly?
Yeah, he's on Molly. He's a little buzzed, and
Let's go to the library.
And we go to the library, and he's like, you want to carry these bags for me? So I carry one bag, he carries one, and he's like, okay, this strap here, don't pull this though. If you pull it, we'll all die. And I just kind of laugh it off. I'm like, okay. And we get into the library, and he's like, you want to go upstairs? There's like some study rooms up there. Like, sure, whatever. And we get into the study room. On the door it says, please be quiet, no talking, quiet room. Walks in there and just starts practically screaming. He had never talked this loud the entire the entire time that we'd been hanging out. And
what time of day is this?
This is probably around like 4 or 5 p.m. And he is just being so loud, and everyone's just like looking at us, and I was like, ah, shit. And he sets down his bag, and he takes a bag from me, and he's like, let's get out of here. And I'm like, okay. And he just sets down his bags in the room, and then we just walk outside, and we're like, I'll have to show you with this library. And so we're like on this balcony, and we're just like chilling outside of the room of the quiet room, and we're just silent. And then a couple minutes go by, and I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, let's go back in. And for a second I was like, this guy's gonna blow the place up. And we go back in. He's like, there's only one chair at this table, and he's like, here, you sit down here, meditate. I'm gonna go grab my supplies, and I'll be right back. And
so did you meditated?
I sat down and I closed my eyes, and I was just like, shit, this is ridiculous. What am I doing here? And I am clearly buzzed. And and my I was like opening the beer bottles with like my lighter, but I kept like scraping my knuckles against the like, this is like, it's almost healed now.
Oh shit.
But it was like all cut up and shit, so I had blood all over me. I didn't even notice. And there was just a massive amount. I was wearing like a white black flannel, and there was just blood all over it. And guy finally comes back, and we're talking. Like, he was wearing this cool hat that I complimented him on, and he takes it off. Lo and behold, it's a little girl's dress that he's wearing on his head. And,
This whole time?
His whole time. I'm like, all right, man. And he's like, you take off your hat. And I'm like, okay. And
were you wearing your dress too on your head?
no, I wish.
Oh, shit.
I was wearing my Sub Pop hat, my favorite hat, of course. And I take it off. I set it on the table, and he just takes it, puts it on his head. And I'm like, you can have that.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you gave your Sub Pop hat away? No wonder. I was like,
yeah.
oh, what the fuck?
I got this one for Christmas.
Oh, dude.
And
you just took it?
yeah. And so the dude, then this librarian comes over, and she's like, you guys are being too loud. Please either leave or just be quiet. This is a study room. And so we're like, okay, we'll leave. And I'm like, fuck, I'm associated with this dude. Like, I just gotta get out of here. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna get my stuff together, and we are gonna go downstairs. While I get this stuff all gathered up, you go downstairs. I need this magazine, like Art Seattle or something. Go down, look for it, and meet me downstairs at a table. I'm like, okay. I go downstairs, I look for it for about a minute, and I just dip. I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I am sketched out as fuck. I get out of there, I go do some shopping. I'm pretty buzzed. I have a little bit more wine. And later, I'm like chilling outside of 35th North, and these like homeless dudes come up to me, and they're like, "Hey man, you want to buy some bud?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm chilling." And they just kind of hang out with me though for a second because I'm just like sitting down smoking, and they bum a cigarette off of me, and so they just like share a joint with me because just because I shared some with them, and we're talking, and they're like, "Yeah man, you want to see something cool?" I'm like, "Sure." Pull out this black garbage bag. And I'm thinking, geez, what's this? They're like, "My buddies just found this like 3 garbage bags full, like the other day, just in a dumpster." And
garbage bags of what?
They open it up, and it's just a bunch of trimmings, like a bunch of weed, and but it's dirt dumpster weed. It's dumpster weed, and that's what we had been smoking, and so they were chilling, and then they were like, we just started talking, and they're like, "So you live here, just passing through?" They thought I was homeless, and they invited me to a party and shit.
Oh my god!
But I was like, nah, I gotta do some more shopping and shit.
You get any shopping done that day?
I got some weird ass presents that day, and that was kind of my day. It was a strange filled day though.
Imagine just like someday as you're walking through the city, a guy with your hat.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for it.
He'll be wearing it. It'll be on top of his little girl dress that he wears on his head, but...
Dear God. I should have known, right? That's kind of... There's quite a few... there's always a bunch of warning signs that I clearly ignored. The first warning sign was, "Dude, I am frying balls on Molly. This is my first time."
So what's the moral of the story?
Do more Molly?